Hello students, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jagdeep. In this video series, we are talking about indifference curve analysis for the advanced segment. In our previous video, we took a look at how an Engel's curve could be depicted under normal goods. This video shall focus upon depiction of an Engel's curve under luxurious goods. So without wasting any time further, let's get started. So before we move forward to Engel's curve for luxurious goods, what would an Engel's curve show? It would show how the consumption of a commodity is changing given the changes in the income of a consumer. Alright, so this is the y-axis, x-axis, we have income on the y-axis and quantity of good X on the x-axis, which is a luxurious good. Okay. Now let's take a look at how a consumer would alter his consumption as his income increases. So in the initial case, the consumer is earning, let us say, $100 and he is consuming, let us say, one quantity of this commodity X. So this is how it would look like. Let me just give it a quick lines. Now as the income of consumer increases, let us say he is now earning $200. It is but obvious that this consumer would now consume more of this commodity. So it is now obvious that the consumer would increase his consumption since he is earning more. So he would want to shift over from a cheaper commodity to a superior one. So his consumption increases to, let us say, X2. We might get a pointer somewhere over here. Let me just quickly draw these lines. It's going to be a little freehand work now. Alright. Now let us say there's a further increment in a consumer's income to $300. That's another $100 in his income. And now he's again becoming better off. His purchasing abilities has increased. So he would want to buy more of luxurious goods. Say for example, he was previously using let us say Samsung, so now he switches over to Apple. Alright, so his consumption would increase. Let us say this is his new consumption level for this particular commodity and it might be somewhere over here. Let's draw the coordinates. Now let us join these pointers. So once we join these pointers like this, we would get an Engel curve looking like this. Let me draw it with a proper color. So let us say this is the Engel's curve E and let us name these pointers A, B and C. Now we do register that there is an increase in the income which is steady, but when we look at the increase in consumption of the commodity, the distance from X1 to X2 and from X2 to X3 is quite different. What does this distance look like? Initially, a consumer increased smaller quantity of his consumption, and as his income increased to a higher level, he started consuming more of this luxurious commodity. Now by now we should be aware what kind of slope is this. This is an upward sloping curve. Let me just jot that down. So Engel's curve E is an upward sloping curve. However, it is not a straight line, right? A straight line would have looked like this, more or less. It is bending. It has a bent towards the x-axis. Why is this curve bending towards the x-axis? That's because the consumer is not increasing the consumption of this luxurious good in the same proportions as an increase in income. He is increasing his rate of consumption at each increment in income. That's why we are getting this curve which is bending towards the x-axis. Let's take a look at a numerical example and see, just like we did in the previous video. So let's take a look at slope at B. How do we calculate slope? It's change in income over change in quantity. The formula is change in money income over change in quantity. So change in money income is from 100 to 200. So it is $100. Since we did not give a numerical association to it, let's do it right now. So let us say this is 20. So 100 over 20 would give you 5, right? Now let us take a look at slope of Engel's curve at point C. So let us say this is slope at point C. Again, the formula still remains the same. It's change in money income over change in quantity. So change in money income remains constant. It is steady at $100. So this is $100, and we can clearly see that this number is pretty larger than this one. Let's make it at 40, double of what we already had. What do we get? We get 2.5. Now 2.5 is smaller than 5, right? It is because of this we are able to get this curve bending towards the x-axis. What does this curve signify? It signifies that the curve is upward sloping but is sloping at a declining rate. Alright, so the curve is sloping at a declining rate. What does it mean? It means as the income increases, the consumer is increasing his consumption of this particular commodity with each increment in the income. Alright, let's jot that down. So this means as the income of the consumer increases, his consumption of good X is also increasing but at an increasing rate, giving it a slope that bends towards the x-axis. I hope students you have understood how an Engel's curve would be depicted under luxurious goods. In the next video, we'll take a look at how an Engel's curve could be depicted under inferior goods. Students, if you find my videos helpful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. If you find learning through long videos difficult, you could also follow me on my Instagram channel. As promised, the notes have already been released. Those who have not gotten their copy, you could just follow me over my Facebook page. You could get the link from there and you could download your copy of notes. Alright students, so I'll see you in another video with Engel's curve for inferior goods. Bye now. Take care.